Alright, so we're going to do some Easter DIYs for tiered trays today. And I have this rice paper, these prints here on this rice paper that I'm going to be using. Some of these with the DIYs today to make some pieces, some little mini decor pieces to go on an spring/Easter tiered tray. So this came from, I will link where I got this. It's escaping me at the moment, but we're going to be using a few of these pieces on here today. We're going to cut them out. And I have this plaque from the dollar store. I have this rolling pin, and then I have this egg. This is from Hobby Lobby, I believe, and we're going to DIY this. I will also be using some of my paper clay from Orchid Designs. This is from Orchid Designs. This is from Amazon. So this paper came from Italy. I thought it was Italy. Yeah, it is from Italy. Anyways, I will try to find a link if you're interested. The first thing that I noticed with this piece here is that that's what happens a lot with these Dollar Tree pieces, is it's really rough here. And I need to sand that down. Alright, so I'm going to take some sandpaper here, and this is, I don't know, this is 120. This is right on out. We're just going to kind of try to sand some of these rough spots off of here. Okay, this is from a company called European Excellency. And then I don't like to waste clay, so I like to use my little scale, and it will tell you right here 13 grams, I believe that is. I don't have my glasses on. I think that's 13 grams. And I'm going to stick it in folded side down and seal it in there to keep it from getting dry. I'm going to use more though, but still. I didn't show you that I put this picture on here because I'm actually going to end up, well, you'll see as we go along, I end up not using this picture, but I'm using it to gauge where I want to put the paper clay here. I thought I was going to use it, but then I didn't. I like to use the Titebond multi-purpose adhesive glue to put my paper clay on to the pieces that I'm using. And we're going to let that dry. I'm going to go around and do the whole thing. Dusting your molds with cornstarch is a good thing to do to help get these out. I'm just using Gravity today. I didn't feel like going back upstairs to get the cornstarch because I forgot it. So we're just going to kind of piece these together and connect them here. That's what you see me doing. It is a little tricky getting these pieces to fit together. I did have to kind of keep maneuvering them and keep cutting them down. And then you'll see a little bit later on, even after I did all of this and I fit them together nicely, when they dried, they shrunk up a little bit, and then we ended up with open spots on each side that I ended up having to go in and fill in. You'll see that in a little bit, but it is a little bit tricky. It's a little trickier than I thought it was going to be, getting these all to line up, but they are made, the molds are made so that you can line them up and make like one long piece if you want to. Okay, so this has been several days now because we had an ice storm and we were out of power and we've had some other issues, so it's been a while since I've been able to get back down here. This is certainly dry now, and I just want to show you there is a little spot right here where it's pulled apart. And let me see if I can get that. And so I'm going to try to kind of fill this in some here. We'll see if I'm successful at that. All right, I don't want to get lost in the weeds here. Let's just go ahead and say that this was not easy to do, to try to fill these little pieces in. And even after I did it, I filled them in and then I forgot to glue them down so they were coming out on me. And I'm just going to chalk it up to the fact that we like I said, we had a storm. I know there's been a lot of bad weather and we were out of power for a few days, and I had like some leakage going on in my family room, and so we've just had a few things going on, and I wasn't thinking completely clearly when I was doing this all the time. And so anyways, I did end up going in and fixing it. I think I still had one that ended up falling out, but I just painted over it because you're going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint over this anyway. Okay, I'm using my apple barrel paint in Snow White. I'm going to paint this whole thing in white. When you saw that other picture I was using, originally my idea was that I was going to go with a lighter color with this DIY. But so that's what you're going to see me do. You're going to see me paint it with the white to begin with, so that I'm giving it a base color for this entire piece in the acrylic white. So here I was using this picture, and I think I was really struggling with what colors were going to go well with this. I put some of the plaster, which is a little bit of an off-white, down, and I still felt like this coloring on this picture was just too dark. And so what you're seeing me do here is I'm really struggling with how to blend these colors that I have as far as paints go in with this picture that I have here. So I'm taking some burnt umber, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint in the details of this paper clay here. And I'm just going to end up painting all around this. So now I just decide that I'm just trying to blend it. So I'm blending in more of this lighter color now, and I'm trying to make it all work. And so I'm doing a lot of experimenting right here, and you're going to see me actually start to paint over this picture, and then I actually end up thinking I just kind of ruined it here. So by the time I got to this point, I thought I just really need to start all over again with this. So I'm going to take this copper that I have, and this is a light copper, and I'm just kind of dabbing some of it off, and then I'm kind of putting it into the details there. And I did find that when I used the copper, that I really did like it on this paper clay. And so I decided that I really did want to go in this direction with this copper. And I decided that at some point I'm going to have to eliminate some of these lighter colors here. So I decided to take the copper and I decided to kind of put some of that on the picture also and just kind of add it in around the sides there. So I purchased some of this patina off of Amazon, and I will link this for you also. And I am really liking the way this looks with the copper. It's made to go with the copper. You know, you get that patina, that kind of bluish green like you get with real copper when it starts to age. And I really did like this. I just didn't like the white showing through underneath, and I didn't like what I've done to the picture here. So, but I am liking the copper and the patina, so I feel like I'm going in the Okay, so I wanted to show you, I just wasn't liking what I did with the bunny and when I painted over it, and I just decided to go in a completely different direction. So I painted this. This is my Fusion Mineral Paint in French Eggshell. And so I just painted over this. We're going to use a different rice paper decal. And then I went in and I put in more of the copper, and I'm really liking this. All right, so now that I've painted this, I picked out some different rice paper pieces, and I'm using Mod Podge on the back so that I can glue it down to the surface. And I picked out this sweet little bunny picture here, and then I also cut out some of the blue florals, and I'm just placing these on either side here. And then once that adheres and dries, I'm going to use a triple thick clear coat, and I'm going to basically put that all over the front of this, and it's going to give it like a nice glassy kind of look to it in the center there. And now we're just going to go back in with some of that patina. I'm much happier with this, and I can't wait to show you how I styled it toward the end of the video. Okay, we're going to take this egg that I got from Walmart. I got this a few years ago. So we're going to do some revamping with it today. We're going to take the ribbon off of it, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to give this a coat of chalk paint in the color Plaster. I'm using this as a base coat just to cover the blue and the speckles. And obviously after I paint one side, I'm going to go ahead and, when that dries, paint the other side. And I think I end up giving this 2 coats of paint. We are cutting out one of our really cute little bunny rice paper prints here. Alright, so I'm going to use my molds here that I got off of Amazon. I'm going to use the paper clay with these. These are not IOD molds, but they are a different brand, and I'll link those for you below. it's been several days because we had an ice storm and we were out of power for a while. So, and then we had another storm. So it's taken me a while to get back to this. And anyways, here is how it's looking after I have put the paper clay on here. And so now we're going to take this and we're going to color it. I do have a little bit of breakage here, but this is going to be covered. I'm not going to worry about that. I will show you on this one real quick where I filled in my spots here. So it's not perfect, but again, we're going to cover it with paint, and it's nice and dry because it's been like a week now. I meant to have this video out a week ago. All right, let's get started. Okay, this is a Craft Smart. I believe this is pale blue. This is the color I am going in with, or light blue or something like that. One of my little pieces came off and I'm going to glue that back on. I'm telling you, I had a hard time getting through these tier tray DIYs for spring. I don't know why, just between the weather and some of my mess ups here, it was a little challenging this time. And now I'm just covering my rice paper picture with a clear coat. And then when I found my blue cotton, I realized that that was the color I actually wanted to use. So I am repainting this with the blue cotton color because that's actually a lighter blue and it's actually the blue that I wanted to use. I just hadn't come across it until like 2 days later. And now I'm just going to go in with my moss color from Waverly, and I'm going to cover the paper clay pieces with the moss color to give it a contrast. I painted down the sides here to give it a little definition. And now I'm just going to go over the paper clay pieces with the white wax I have here. I decided to add some of the white wax to the egg color itself. Okay, so here's the back of my egg. I painted it, and then we're going to do a design on the back side also. Again, I am using Iron Orchid design molds. I am using the Rosette set that I purchased last fall. And so again, I'm adding my clay in, and I actually ended up needing more clay than it said. So I just decided to not even pay attention to that this time with the scale, but I'm just putting it in here. And this is the one that I chose. I like this size, so I think this will work well on the back of the egg. Okay, so the same thing here. I just painted this in the moss color. I'm painting the entire flower rosette. Okay, so again here I'm just going in with my Jolie white wax. That's the brand that I'm using, and I really like it. It works really well. It spreads nicely. And we're just going to put some of that on. We're going to wipe it off. And then I think I end up adding it more in. You just kind of add and take away as you like, as how you want it to look. I'm just going in and adding a little more wax to the front also. So I really like the patina that I purchased from Amazon. And so I wanted to take this natural egg holder here and I wanted to make it kind of give it a coppery kind of patinaed look to it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm starting with the burnt umber and I'm going to paint the entire piece in the burnt umber. Now we're just going to dry brush the copper on top of the burnt umber. All right, now we're going to go in with the patina. Okay, so that's how that's turned out. This is the look I was going for, and now let's go ahead and style up the trays with the DIYs. So earlier in January, I did some everyday tiered trays, and I'm taking those exact same trays and we're going to convert them into spring trays now. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to remove some of the pieces on here that I have, and we're going to take those off. And I'm really, this candle holder here it has kind of a coppery look to it. That's kind of what I'm playing off of with these DIYs. So I'm calling these my little kind of Peter Rabbit inspired DIYs. So we're going to put this little picture I made here on the bottom. And then we're going to go ahead and add in that little cloche. Not sure if that's going to stay. We're going to go ahead and take the little egg holder and put it up top. And so I'm going to set it up here. And then I'm going to take this, I have this kind of vintage looking egg, and I thought that this would look nice, the tray, and I think it suits, it blends in well with the other things that are on here also.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go
I'm not sure about that knob at the bottom. I may change that out. Every time I do a tray, I'm not entirely 100% happy with it. I usually tweak it a little bit here and there. Also the greenery on top, you will see in a few minutes I'm going to change that out.
Agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb.
So you see I changed out that greenery up top for a carrot instead, and I think that that looks better. Okay, tray number 2, and again, these were from my everyday trays. I will link that up in the cards and in the description box below if you haven't seen that video. So we're going to remove the snowflake because obviously it's not really winter anymore. We're moving into spring, hopefully. The weather doesn't say so, but hopefully we will be soon. I'm going to take a few pieces off here that I don't want, and then we're going to add back in some spring pieces. So I'm going to take my egg here that I made, and here's the egg finished, and then also on the back, I just added a little bow to finish it off. So this bowl came from Hobby Lobby. I'm really loving the pattern on this. I just think it was the sweetest thing, and I wanted to purchase that to use on my tray today.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away, standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one who has a heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Dreaming of you.
Okay, this is my last tray. This one is in my kitchen on my counter, and it definitely has a kitchen theme to it. So we're just going to go ahead and remove some of the items that are on here that are more kitchen themed. The rooster, the pitcher, and a few of those little spoons. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to give this an Easter/spring theme also. So really, I just wanted to show you how you can take these trays that I did in January and just transform them. Now, this is my cloche that came from Amazon. They came in 3 sizes. This is the largest one, and I haven't used this one yet, so I'm using it today on this tray. So I took these trays, and I've just wanted to show you how you can take your everyday trays and just transform them and make them more spring-like. So I hope I've accomplished that here, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, this little bunny, also I just got this from Hobby Lobby, that he would just be perfect on this tray with these colors. So if you are enjoying these videos, I would love it if you would hit the like button. It really helps my channel out quite a bit. If you enjoy tiered trays, I do these throughout the year. I do DIYs throughout the year also. And I would love to have you here on my channel. And if you would like to subscribe, there's also a button below and a link below that you can hit to subscribe to my channel. Very quickly, because I have had problems with my fireplace and I do not know if I'm going to get to a fireplace video soon, I wanted to show you this beautiful vase from Hobby Lobby I picked up a few weeks ago. I am loving the color blue, and I love these Cosmo flowers that came also from Hobby Lobby that I have in here. I just think they look so pretty in this blue picture, and I wish you could see the whole thing. I'm not going to show it to you because it's a little bit of a mess right now. We're going to get it cleaned up soon. But I'm hoping to show you the whole fireplace, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to take my black tray and do something different with that. I think after Easter, do a little bit decorating scheme that I haven't done before, so watch for that. And also I'm going to be doing some, I bought some Iron Orchid Design transfers. I bought some of the spring transfers that they have out. I will be doing a video. I think that will be the next video that I do. So look for that. Subscribe if you're interested. I'd love to have you here on my channel. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next video.